joined by Dr. Ros Wilson, who's the CEO from Factor Therapeutics. Ros, welcome to the Morgans Network again. Last time we spoke, you just joined the company. A lot's happened in the meantime. Do you want to update us on the clinical trial?
Hello again, Scott. Thanks very much for the opportunity to come in and give you an update. Yes, it's been 5 months since I joined the company, and we've been working very hard in that time, and I'm certainly very pleased with the way things are going. We, in fact, just 2 days ago passed the very significant milestone, and we now have 50% of the patients recruited into the trial. So we are well and truly on the downhill stretch towards a readout, which is very exciting news for us.
And this is with the venous leg ulcer trial. How many patients you're looking for, and when can we expect some data to read out?
Yeah, that's the phase 2 in venous leg ulcers. We are targeting to recruit 168 patients, so that 50% mark was 84. And that means that we are well and truly on track to recruit within the second calendar quarter of next year. So between April and June, and with my optimist's hat on, I'm going to say I'd like to see us, if we're not finished by May, we would be within really sniffing distance of it. So.
And assuming that the trial results are positive, what is a potential step forward for the company?
Well, a lot of activity, and in fact whilst we need to wait till we have the readout to trigger some of those, we're certainly not waiting till then to prepare for them. So there are, I guess, 3 key opportunities for us as a result of that readout. The first is having demonstrated strong proof of efficacy in venous leg ulcers. We have what is effectively a second pivotal trial for the EU. And that means we would be able to return to discuss with the European regulatory authorities the possible resubmission for CE mark approval as a device. Secondly, we would have an opportunity to meet with the FDA and discuss with them the phase 2 results, and also the possible design of a phase 3 trial, which would be our trigger for deciding to go ahead with phase 3 development in the US as a biologic. But also, and perhaps most importantly from a company value point of view, we have a fantastic opportunity to really provide some real drive and momentum to discussions with potential partners.
Okay. The company's just not about venous leg ulcers. What are the other programs within the company?
We have some terrific programs running in the rest of the portfolio, albeit on the smell of an oily rag. But we talked earlier in the year about our ocular program in a condition called persistent corneal epithelial defects, which are wounds that affect the eye. And we have a very strong case to file for an orphan drug designation in that indication. And at the moment we're just completing a little bit of additional preclinical work that we would need to do just to check those results. And happily, if we confirm that VF001 is our preferred candidate to move forward, we would very excitingly be able to move into clinical trials very quickly, because we already have both the safety requirements and the manufacturing bedded down for that product. So that's our kind of main additional program that's ready to roll. The second one that is a close second would be our diabetic foot ulcer program, where we have essentially completed our IND. We just have to finalise the design of the phase 2 protocol that would go in with that IND application. That's something that I have asked the team to take a little bit more time to think through. I believe that the approach that we've taken in venous leg ulcers is a great model for what we should do in diabetic foot ulcers. So that means being very smart about the patient population that we target to ensure that we're able to answer the question about whether VF001 in fact has a benefit. And finally, we have our collaboration with Monash University, where they are exploring the use of a drug called mesalamine for the treatment of a very serious congenital condition called harlequin ichthyosis. And we are approaching a midway decision point, which we expect to have early next year. So lots to do. And as I said, we're certainly doing as much of the preparation as we can now before the readout comes through, because life's going to get super busy from that point.
You mentioned you're running on the smell of an oily rag. What's the cash position like?
Oh, we're as a company that's investing heavily in a clinical trial program, I think we're doing well. We've managed to be very smart with what we do. We have currently $8 million cash available to us, of which 3 is R&D tax rebate for the previous financial year that we're expecting very shortly. And that means that based on our current kind of rate of spend, we have between 3 and 4 quarters of cash available to us. So we're certainly being prudent with the way that we spend and making sure that we deliver as much as we can with the cash available to us.
Okay, well, certainly a lot to look forward to with Factor Therapeutics over the next 6 months. Lots of clinical data coming out. And I've been joined today with Dr. Ros Wilson, who's the CEO from Factor Therapeutics. Thanks for joining the Morgans Network.
Thanks, Scott.